G'day everyone, Russell here, Prime Motion Training. If you've been thinking about applying to join Victoria Police, you're probably aware that they've been looking to try and streamline the process for applicants, and they've announced some updates now to the process in an attempt to make it more efficient. So let's have a look at what those changes are and how they might affect you if you are applying. Alright, the first thing is that you'll need to submit an online application. That's always been the case, that hasn't changed. But what has changed is that now when it comes time to sit the entrance exam, you may find that they'll also send you a applicant pack or a document pack. Now, in the past, they wouldn't send that until you'd actually got through the entrance exam and successfully completed the entrance exam. When you did that, when you passed your exam, they would then send this applicant pack. But they're sending the applicant pack now around the same time that you're preparing yourself for the entrance exam, or even maybe just after you've sat the entrance exam. So that gives you time to look at the information that's required, start preparing for it, but you cannot send it back until you pass the exam. So they're simply giving it to you early to get your head around what might be required, but they don't want to see it until after you pass that exam. If you send it back early, they'll throw it in the bin. So important to follow the instructions. Okay, so once you've passed the exam, they will then expect that you return that applicant pack, and they'll also then, after you pass the exam, will send you a medical booklet. Now, the reason they do that is to give you plenty of time to complete it, which might require getting specialist reports if you've had surgery in the past or you've got some sort of medication that you've been taking for a long period of time. Anything medical related. It can take time to gather evidence and information, certificates, letters from doctors and so on about those issues to include in the medical booklet in order to send it back. Now, normally they would send you that medical booklet just before you get to the medical stage. Now, for years we've been encouraging our members to make sure they start collecting all of this information well before the medical stage so that their application is not delayed. And now it looks as though they're going to be, I guess not insisting, but sending that information early to encourage applicants to start doing that early. So you pass the exam, you return your applicant pack, you receive a medical booklet that will be sent to you, and you can start preparing documents for that medical booklet. Okay, so what happens then is you now sit an online psychometric test. Now, basically that's the psych questionnaire that we're probably familiar with, and that would normally happen at your fitness testing day. So you would reach the fitness test stage of the recruitment process. You would have to do the psychological questionnaire on the same day at the police academy. Now, that has changed so that you can now do an online psychometric test, which means there's no psych questionnaire at the fitness testing day. Okay, of course, you'll still do a fitness test. You'll still need to do a psychological interview, a one-on-one interview with a psychologist, and you will then return your medical booklet, and that then brings you to the medical assessment stage. Okay, and so having that medical booklet early is a really good move because it does take time to find some information that relates to your medical history. And of course, when they send you the booklet, in the past, they want it back quickly within a couple of weeks. And that's a very hard thing to do if you've got an extensive medical history. So you return your medical booklet, they'll then do a medical assessment, and of course, as always, you'll do a selection panel interview. If you can complete all of those things successfully, you'll be added to the Order of Merit. And when you're sitting on the Order of Merit, it ultimately comes down to your score compared to other applicants as to when you're likely, if ever, to be offered a position to start recruit training at the Police Academy. Alright guys, well I hope all that's helpful. I'll keep you posted if there's any updates or changes. If you have any questions or comments, as always, whack them below and we can continue the conversation there. Talk to you again soon. Take care. Cheers.